everyone, Serenity here. I want to welcome you back to Down Home Crypto. Now in this episode of Zero to Hero, we're going to continue our journey by learning about cryptocurrency, specifically the difference between coins and tokens. Now most of us get the names wrong all the time, but there is some specific differences I want to point out to you. But first, if you would, please do me a huge favor, take a moment, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell notification sorted every time I upload a new video. Some of this information can be time sensitive. Most importantly, as always, please, if you're finding this information helpful at all, go out and share it with a friend, a family member, a coworker. Let them know there is a place they can learn, and I'm going to take it slowly, step by step, so everybody can comprehend. And they don't have to be college educated or rich or tech savvy. They simply have to have the desire to change their life and a courage to follow that dream. And they too can join us on this great crypto adventure. So without further ado, let's go learn the difference between coins and tokens. Now we use the term cryptocurrency very loosely. Technically, it can be anything that lives on the blockchain. Now that can be a coin, a token, an NFT, any form of currency on the digital blockchain. But when you start to drill it down a little bit closer, the difference between a coin and a token can be very, very muddled because they do almost exactly the same thing with a couple key variations. First of all, the coin is the native coin to a blockchain. For instance, AVAX for the Avalanche blockchain, BNB for the Binance blockchain, ETH for the Ethereum blockchain. The biggest thing that you notice about a coin is it's usually utilized to pay the gas fees for any transaction on that blockchain. So that's one of the deciding factors of a coin. Another one is that these can be mined. Now that can be mined through proof of stake or proof of work factors. But the simple fact is you create more coins by mining them. Where a token, those are actually delivered by the devs within the protocol that you're operating in. So they're already made at creation, and there's usually a finite amount or an indefinite amount depending on the protocol and how it's being utilized. Now another variation between a coin and a token is a coin is essentially a form of value, where a token is more essential utility or securities. So these are operated within an ecosystem. These are how you buy in within the ecosystem, as well as pay your gas fees to move this guy around. So it really does get very confusing. Let me give you a prime example. When you were a kid, did you ever go to an arcade, you put in a dollar bill in the machine and it spit out 5 tokens or 10 or maybe 2, who knows, depending on the value of that token? Well, it's essentially the same thing. If I put in a dollar and it spit out a pile of tokens, I can go around and put those in every arcade, not a problem. But I try to go across the street to 7-Eleven and buy a candy bar or something like that, they're not going to take them. I have to have the coin format, hence it has actual value to be utilized for purchases, things like that. Now, the tokens can often be utilized in a certain environment or ecosystem. I can typically go to the cashier window at that arcade and trade in my tokens for toys or tickets or something there. But if I try to go across the street, that token has no value. And that's really the biggest difference here. Now, for most people, we call them coins, tokens, cryptocurrency, pretty much anything. It's not really critical on the terminology unless you're speaking to another investor. And that's when it really gets important, depending on what you're talking about, whether it's within a protocol or just in the general world. So the biggest lesson for today is there are some very distinct differences, although minute as they may seem. Once you get into a protocol and start interacting with it, understanding the difference can be critical. So I want to thank you so very much for your time, and until next time, have a great night.